Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, the bishops, and the elders of GMS who rules well. Peace and salutations to the elect. My name is Anah. The title of this video is Israel Bomb and Arms Depot at the Russian base. Basically, this is just blowing the trumpet, a warning to the Lord's elect, his chosen people, his special treasure, pursuant to Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6, and many others, Jeremiah, let me get this. Psalms. Yeah, looking Psalms 40, Psalms 148 and 13. It says, "Let them praise the name of the Lord Yahweh Bashmiel Shai, for his name alone is excellent. His glory is above the earth and heaven." Right. He also exalted the horn of his people, the praises of all his saints, even of the children of Israel, a people near unto him. Praise ye the Lord Yahweh Bashmiel Shai. I think is right here. Psalms 147 and 19, he showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He hath not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord, Yahweh, Bashmiel Shai, right? So this is for the scattered elect here in this time, the ones, hoping to be beamed up in those chariots when Yahweh Shai comes back, pursuant to Matthew chapter 24, around verse 30, right? To be redeemed from the destruction that Yahweh Shai is bringing upon these heathen, right? For the many sins they have committed against the apple of the Lord's eye, which is us, the Israelites, the Hebrew Israelites, right? So, blowing up the trumpet here, we have Israel bomb and arms depot at Russia. Basically, this is a base that Russia owns. They keep equipment there, or it's like a permanent lease or something, which we'll get into. Real interesting, right? Because there's no news, as in CNN, routers, Reuters, nothing here, So let me just get these precepts. Psalms 10 and 1. Why standest thou afar off, O Lord Yahweh? Bashmiel Shai, why hidest thou thyself in times of trouble? The wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire and blesseth the covetous whom the Lord abhorreth. Yahweh Bashmiel Shai, right? It says the wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after Yahweh Bashmiel Shai. Yahweh is not in all his thoughts. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. So they're I don't see any news or anything in the news about this strike, other than like the people that it actually hit, people that witnessed it, Ukraine and things like that. This is the least of the flock drawing out Babylon Great to World War III, which it seems that they're not happy about because there's no news on it, right? Jeremiah 49 and 20. Therefore hear the counsel of the Lord Yahweh Bashmiel Shai, that he hath taken against Edom and his purposes. They have proposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. So Israel is striking now Russian bases, and this is just after the General Assembly at the UN, where Benjamin Netanyahu, told the world that there's nowhere that the long arm of Israel cannot reach, and now they're striking Russian bases because of reasons that we're getting to right now. So it says this is Kyiv Post, Ukraine's global voice. Now I was gonna look this up. The audacity, guts. So they're saying this is the audacity of Israel. Now that's audacity. Israel strikes trample on U.S. and Russian red lines, while Washington insists that Ukraine needs to respect Putin's red lines to avoid escalation. Israel stumped all over them by blowing up the Kremlin's largest overseas airbase. So that's pretty much what's happening. And there's no news on it. It says an impressive military operation on Thursday that thumped a nose at U.S. and Russian nuclear arsenals. Israel armed forces hit the Kremlin's main air base in the Middle East with a devastating missile strike, almost certainly without asking permission from anyone inside the Beltway first. It says at least 30 Israeli naval missiles smashed into the Russian air base at, near the Syrian port city Latakia during the early hours, probably targeting cargo storage facilities there, according to a report by the military analytical group Defense. Right, so war is brewing. World War III is brewing, right? There's too many people at war right now. It's all a giant boiling pot of war. So let's see what they got here. So the raid was almost certainly Israel's first ever conventional strike against the notorious airfield, which had been operated and effectively owned by Russia since the early on at the start of its operation in Syria. In 2015, Russian President Vladimir Putin.
There's always a job to get done.
And I don't know why this is doing this. This thing is popping up. I pause it. I delete it. It pops up. It pops up again out of nowhere. This is attack of Esau jump scares. He's fighting like children. So there's nothing we can do about that. I should have gave a warning beforehand. But anyway, I'll delete it. Now I'll leave it right there. He says in 2015, Russian President Vladimir Putin said Syria President Bashar al-Assad agreed, and hopefully they don't do it now. Agreed Moscow's military could deploy rent-free to the site and were granted a permanent lease. Since then, the IDF may have carried out isolated attacks on it and on Russian service personnel there with drones. Local news report said, but never. I ain't deleted it. It went away. So it's coming back soon. But never with dozens of missiles carrying powerful warheads. The base is the Russian Air Force main hub for its Middle East combat operations. According to Moscow-controlled media, it is protected by state-of-the-art Russian air defense systems, including the S-400 heavy anti-aircraft missile, right? So
there's always a job to get done.
All right, so there you go. All right, you see that clearly. Local media citing video and audio recordings of the attack indicated the Israeli missiles arrived in two waves, penetrating the Russian defense umbrella and setting off powerful explosions inside the airfield perimeter. All right, so this, so yeah, Israel definitely, from what it seems like, Israel definitely struck Russian bases. So we know what's on the way. Babylon the Great, according to prophecy, is going to go to the aid of Israel, and we'll wait to see what happens. So that's pretty much it. You can read this article. They go into a lot of other stuff here. So get off of that. So on here, it said that there was a TV show or something that was a source to prove the point. So I got it here. Get off of that. So this was in this, the Arabic language, but I translated it into English. It says exclusive after the arrival of an Iranian plane, Israeli bombing targets the base at Latakia airport, right? So this is a Russian base. There's images there on this website. It says Israeli raids targeted the Russian base and other military sites on the Syrian coast. The bombing targeted a weapon depot inside the base after the arrival of an Iranian plane. The raids came after the arrival of an Iranian plane belonging to the, Kushim Fars airline. The Israeli bombing did not target the stands and towers at the base or the civilian airport. It says the Israeli raids continued from 3:55 to 4:41. There you go. A Russian air patrol appeared in the skies of Latakia after the end of the bombing. So So a Russian air patrol appeared in the skies after the bombing. So they clearly see it. They clearly seen what Israel did, and there's no news on it. Like I said, let's refresh. Usually I see CNN, routers, uh, all of that stuff. It's nothing here though. So they obviously do not want this to go down, but Yahweh Bashmial Shah is making it go down. Call halal Yahweh Bashmial Shah. With that, I'll say Shalom to the elect.